Hello, I'm Jules,
Hello, I'm Sarah.
and welcome to Jules and Sarah, the podcast.
Well, welcome, hello, and hi. I'm slightly giddy because after 3 heat waves in the UK, particularly hitting London very hard, the heat, Portslade crew, has broken. I think it's about 26. Freezing here today. I've got jeans on. It's cloudy. There's no direct sunlight. There's a breeze. I actually went out this morning with my vest and my jeans on, and I was a bit chilly.
This is making me want to cry.
Oh, don't worry about it. It'll be back in 10 minutes. Honestly, don't worry about it. It's
You're
coming
literally
back.
to a summer person. I'm like gripping my seat, like, no.
John was laughing because when it was summer solstice a few weeks ago,
Do
I
I?
was like, of course, darling. How could I forget the full Von Hepp festival that was taking place in the garden for summer solstice? The naked, the fire circles going round. People in horse masks celebrating the fire year. Anyway, no, John was really laughing because I was like, the darkness shall return. The light has peaked. This is the longest day they shall have. It's only coming back. Like this.
Like
The
Maleficent.
worst is over. The forces of darkness return. I was absolutely delighted. Don't worry. Look, the heat wave will be back in 10 minutes and they're on in for the rest of our lives. So you've no need to worry. But my sister last week was bad, good, but bad for the heat. And Felix, my nephew, had like a play date, and the parent came to pick up this girl who they'd had round at their house playing. Anyway, Lorna came out onto the step to sort of say hello to this parent. It was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It was probably 32 degrees at that point, and she was stood there with a cup of tea, right, like a fresh cup of tea. Boiling, the steam coming off it. And this guy who'd come to collect his daughter just went, "Are you Northern?" Like
So true.
It's so true. He's like, because he wasn't, he's Southern. And he was like, "Are you Northern?" And she was like, "Yeah, what do you mean?" And he's like, "I don't know anyone who'd do that." Who would stand in 30-degree heat with a cup of tea.
I had herbals all the way through. I have to have a herbal.
Oh my
Always.
God.
Just got a hot drink on the go.
They cannot take my tea. They can take my sanity. They can take my dignity, but they will not take my tea.
It's so funny that you mention the summer solstice because the week we were at a wedding for the solstice in Portugal, Castro Mindback.
Yes.
Then the week after, there was this absolutely chic dinner. You may remember it, Portslade Crew, where I was in a field and the table had been mowed into the field.
It's
Anyway.
one of those things, Portslade Crew, if you saw it on Instagram, it's one of those things that everybody dreams of doing. Like, you know how you think, gosh, people don't really do things with such beauty and whimsy, do they? Like, how many people were there? How many diners were there?
I think there were like maybe 100 seats at this long table. So they'd mowed through like this wildflower field and then put this table in. And it's one of the local farm shops to us. And I have to say, like, Kent is not necessarily like this all the time, but I felt like my whimsical itch had been scratched. I was like, finally,
It was
my people,
breathtakingly beautiful.
But what was even more beautiful was, so our friend Kate picked us up to take us to the event so we could have a drink.
Oh, fantastic. Door to door as well. Perfect.
I get in the car and there is a lady called Kim, who I'd not met before, but she smelt incredible. Her jewellery was on point, and her outfit, when she got out the car at one of our friends' house for drinks before, was like this coral Grecian dress. She was everything.
She's for you.
She was 100% for me. Anyway, we got chatting and she'd spent time in Bali. She learned tarot. I was like, okay, tick, 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 tick. We're lining up nicely. Then we get in the car and we're driving there, and this like waft of jasmine came into the car, and Kim went, oh my God, the divine is present. If you smell jasmine and you don't know where it's coming from, the divine is present.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God, like this is amazing. Then, and this is where it links to Port Salut Crew, we turn the corner of this road and there is a peacock in the middle of the road.
Oh my
Kim
gosh.
grips the Tesla, and she was like, no, the divine is really present. Peacocks are a sign of the divine. And if you see a peacock, like, and you don't expect it, it's a sign that the divine is with you. And I was like, oh my God. And the fact that the peacock is unexpectedly the podcast's mascot,
yes,
and the face and symbol of the podcast, I was like, oh my God, this is so serendipitous. Like, it's so beautiful. So I was like, obviously, Kim and I sat down and I went through her Rolodex and her whole back catalogue of spiritual moments I have been downloaded with this. But since then, the weekend after, I was at Ken and Sheila's. Ken comes up to bring me a coffee. I've just seen a peacock at the door. It's back. It's back. And I was like,
the divine.
The divine's here. The divine. He said, well, get up and come and see it. And it's gone. And I was like, Ken, the divine is present.
The divine's gone. You've just missed it. Oh, dear. Oh, what a shame. If you'd been here minutes ago, unfortunately, the divine, it's moved on.
It's moved on. It's got things to do, places to be, people to see. It's like Joe Black.
Oh, you won't see it now. That's it. Gone.
But I just thought, Port Salut Crew, you might enjoy that little nugget of spiritual information that I have picked up in a field at a dinner party in Kent.
Oh, my God. It's perfect. And you're so right about the peacock being the unofficial mascot. And it always has been. The divine.
It always has been.
Port Salut Crew, the divine is here.
The divine
is here. It's with us. And God knows I could do with a bit of it, actually. That's it. You know, it's getting harder and harder to pour myself a cup of ambition. Like, you know, it's getting like every day I'm like, oh God, it's hard. Oh, I'm really tired. Oh, just got to dig in. Just got to keep going. Just got to keep believing, keep following my dreams. And every day I'm like, oh, okay, here we go again. Yes, no, we're digging in. We're going to keep going. So actually, the divine is welcome.
The divine is welcome.
Very welcome. I thought of you, actually. Literally this morning, went to go and pick up a parcel, walked past this guy, and he was sort of kind of on the street corner a little bit. I'd say he had a heavy night, but I think he's probably had a heavy year, right? From the look at him. Yeah, he's got a lot going on, really. Anyway, he was smoking a ciggy, and then I noticed he'd obviously come out of his house to have a smoke. And so he brought a mug with him, and it really took me back to the story of you and Dutch and everything that happened with Willow in that moment. And that
you're
mug,
a bad bitch and you can do anything.
Being in the vets and this mug. Anyway, so this guy's there and he's sort of like, like morning, whatever. And I just noticed his mug, which was stood on, the road sign, like to tell you what the street's called. It was propped up on that with half a cup of tea in it. And it just said, I'm a ray of fucking sunshine.
Oh, it's amazing.
I was like, sure. Yes, there you are. In the 9 a.m. sunlight, there you are.
Oh, that's so funny. Mugs where, like, if it doesn't fit the brand alignment or anything there, is actually really funny.
Perfect.
There was someone who works for a very high-end magazine title, and she had filmed her dipping the pregnancy stick to see if she was pregnant into a mug. But the mug, oh my God, I know. I was quite kind of like, ugh. But her house is so chic. She is so chic. Her husband's really chic. Like, they are just like the chicest people. Her mug was a Sports Direct mug. And it was like the most perfect thing that I was like, oh, that doesn't fit at all.
It's also the idea of her weeing into a
Yeah.
Sports Direct mug, which perhaps you didn't need me to illustrate as fully as I just did, Portslade Crew.
Funny mugs. Funny mugs
funny
where
mugs.
they shouldn't be.
Funny mugs, absolute. Oh my gosh, it's just perfect, isn't it? Because everyone forgets. Like, you've just got them. You stop seeing it. He doesn't know that he's just reached for a mug this morning, picked that one. He's not gone, oh, actually, that's perfect. I am a ray of fucking sunshine.
There's my affirmation for my morning cigarette by the road.
Oh my gosh. Will we do a bit of correspondence?
Oh my gosh, let's.
Hi, Jules and Sarah. I just finished your episode, Jules and Sarah on 30%. And I was honored to hear Winnipeg come up in the podcast. I've been a long-time member of the Port Salut crew, but I recently moved to Winnipeg, and I live very close to the sinkhole location. And I actually had a text from my mom before I knew about this situation, and she said, did you hear about the woman in the sinkhole? She's laughing in the photo and she's okay, but be careful where you walk. And that was her text of the day. So I thought it would be cute to share that with you.
Oh my gosh, so cute. Grace.
That's too much. Mother and daughter listening, but using the pod as a warning symbol. There's a sinkhole in Winnipeg. I must text.
What are the chances you hear about the sinkhole twice in one day from the woman in Winnipeg? Grace, that is so cute. That is so sweet.
Hi, Jules and Sarah. This is Sasha from Norfolk. I'm a long-time listener from cab office days, but first-time voice noter. And I am just dialing in. I probably aged myself there, but never mind. Dialing in because I was lucky enough to experience one of Jules' sound baths this week, and I just wanted to say how amazing the experience was. Jules, I was the one in the floral skirt, just for reference. But it was such a lovely experience, and it just went over and above my expectations. I think I just felt so welcomed as soon as I got there. It was so lovely to be in a room full of people who were so warm and open and just accepting. There was just this real energy in the room, let alone the lovely energy that you gave to everyone there, Jules. It was just amazing. And even I met a Port Salut crew member in the waiting room, so shout out Caitlin if you're listening. It was really lovely to meet you and such an added bonus of the evening, so I will definitely be back as someone who cannot shut off their brain. Whenever I try to empty my brain and meditate, every conversation I've ever had in my life will come into my brain and I'll start overthinking it. So to have an experience where I was actually able to relax and switch off, it was just lovely, and I really appreciate that, Jules. And Sarah, as well, I was going to say, your parish news from the other week about the most haunted road, Acle Strait, that is local to me, and I have to say I've driven down it a couple of times really late at night, really dark, and all of a sudden this fog comes out of nowhere. I'm sure there's probably a scientific reason for it, let's be honest, but it is much more fun to think that it's spooky, and the fog definitely plays tricks on your eyes. You're like, oh, did I see something? Did I not? And I was driving home from the train station last night after the sound bath, and I was like, oh, well, I have these new vibrations. Maybe that will, maybe something spooky will appear on my drive home. But unfortunately, the road was closed. So we'll never know, but maybe next time. But love you both. Bye.
Oh, I mean, first of all, there's the testimonial for the website, darling.
I actually got very teary listening to that. We don't listen to these voice notes before. And that is so, that's so nice. Thank you so much. Thinking sound baths on the haunted foggy road.
Oh my God.
At the side of the road.
At the side. Very safe, very well lit. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's lovely, isn't it? But to give someone a space where they can genuinely turn their mind off.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just need a bloody rest from your own mind, don't you? You just need to pause.
Sarah and I saw Sarah actually last week. We had lunch. We had a
had
lovely
lunch.
lunch.
Oh,
I'm
God,
still
we had a
thinking about that cherry sorbet.
I
I'm
can't
still
stop thinking about Mrs. Kirkham's Lancashire.
Oh my
What was it? The balls.
the croquette.
Yes.
It was so good. But I was telling Sarah that at these sound baths, each time there's different Port Salut crew members coming up
So
at the end.
nice.
It's so nice to meet you. But do talk amongst yourselves in the lobby and go for drinks after. Hang out, get to know each other. We're all friends.
Yes. Go for a drive down the most haunted road in Norfolk.
Go
Why
for a
not?
drive.
Go for a drive. Fog. That's, to me, it's nothing to do with science. That absolutely nothing
it
to do
never
with
is.
science. Fog can't be explained by science. It's the spirits at work.
Hello, Jules and Sarah. This is the third attempt at this. By now my voice has recovered because you are the first people I'm talking to this morning. To introduce myself, I'm Lisa Marie. I am originally from Germany. I now live in Japan. And I would kind of consider myself like Port Salut crew from the early days, the cab office. I do remember that. Your podcast was recommended to me by one of my bestest friends, Anne. So greetings to Anne. I don't actually know why she recommended the podcast to me. But whatever. We were so thrilled when you came back. I still remember during COVID, I was there for most of the bingos. Loved 11sies. And I was very, very sad when the podcast stopped, but so glad you're back now. I remember the Instagram post popping up and I immediately sent it to Anna. I was like, oh my God, they're back. Feeling a little bit weird recording a voice note, but here we are. I'm very sad to announce that Japan is not a very cheesy country. I do think they love cheese. I just don't see it a lot. So every time I buy cheese, it's like a treat. I haven't seen Port Salut anywhere.
It's not made it to Japan.
Gotta survive somehow. Just going to the imported foods shops and looking for cheese. I'm also very invested in Sarah's wavy hair journey. Wavy? Wavy. Well, the German came through there. I also naturally have wavy. Excuse me. Wavy is a difficult word for German people speaking English. Anyways, I also have wavy hair. The frizz is real. Following for any tips. So I'm very excited to hear more about that. And yeah, I can just say every time I go to work on slightly overcrowded trains in Tokyo, I listen to your podcast and I feel very happy. And I do have a slightly, maybe not safe for work, anecdote from one of my classes. I teach English, as I think almost, well, not every, but a lot of foreigners do here. And I have a few classes with kindergarten kids. And a few weeks ago, we learned the word cookie. And one of the kids, very, very enthusiastically, pronounced it coochie. So I panicked a little bit. I said, oh my God, no, don't say that. So that now leads to me still, every time they see me, because I think it's funny that I panic, a crowd of roughly 5 4-year-olds serenading me with the word coochie. So when they see me, they come up to me and they sing coochie, coochie. I think so far the parents have not caught up to that, but that's making for an interesting work day every time. Anyhow, that's it from me. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Please continue what you're doing. Love following you. And I'm now saying, I guess, sayonara from Japan.
What? I mean, this is what we love, isn't it? Just you chatting to us. Just you telling us the wavy hair, the fact that she doesn't know why her friend introduced her to the podcast.
Can't work out why.
I don't know
why you're in my ears, but here you
why
are.
she sent me the podcast. Can't think why she must have sent me the podcast.
The image of you in Tokyo,
Yes.
like listening
On a
and,
train, yes.
yeah, that is mind blowing, like totally mind blowing.
That we
And
would
also,
be on a train in Tokyo is crazy.
I think back, did I tell you this? Like when I left Australia, I flew to Tokyo, but my friend who I was flying with, we were on different flights. And we had agreed, and this Port Salut crew is before iPhones, way before. And we just said, I'll meet you in the Starbucks on Shibuya Square, and that's it. And like her flight went, and then my flight went, and we landed in separate terminals, and I had to, with this giant suitcase, get myself to Shibuya Square from Tokyo, like Japan airport. And like, it was wild. I remember sitting like internet cafes trying to work out where it was. It was crazy. So whenever I think of Tokyo, I think of like 22-year-old me navigating this whole different
Did you
landscape.
both get there?
We got there. Yeah, we did it.
What a moment to see each other in that place, to have made this sort of loosey-goosey arrangement. And to
I
both
think we had a
find
beer
yourselves
actually
there.
because we were like, we need to just like bring ourselves down from trying to read Japanese and like trying to speak to Japanese people who didn't speak English, and we just hadn't factored that in.
No, and actually, I mean, the real adventurers back then, you know,
Back
no
then.
iPhones, no maps, no directions, just a wing and a prayer. I mean, just fathoming through in the dark.
A Wing and a Prayer could literally be my next book.
Yeah. Effectively Bear Grylls. That's what we're looking at here. And voice notes, just delicious. You don't have to send us a voice note. You can always write to us.
Yeah.
We love voice notes. We love them. But actually, more than anything, we just love hearing from you. So please get in touch. The WhatsApp stuff, it's all there. It's all there. You just click on it. Look, I mean, you know how these things work. You'll be fine. Now, how are Sheila and Ken?
Sheila and Ken have got themselves in a spot of bother,
Oh.
actually.
Not with the law.
Not with the law, but they have... There's been a reunion. There has been a reunion. So Ken and Sheila went to Northumbria University. That's where they met. They met in like the Freshers Week, although I think it was like Newcastle Polytechnic and something else back then, but now it's all Northumbria.
Yeah.
Anyway, they had worked out with their uni pals, because since Facebook, Ken and Sheila have reconnected with uni pals.
As
and
you
like
can.
and they've got back together.
Friends
and
reunited.
the gang's back together. Mum has her girls' lunches. Dad has his boys' stuff. And they like all get on like a house on fire. So one of them had emailed and said, oh, we've worked out that this year we will have been friends for 50 years and we met at the university and we'd love it if we could just come and have a look round. Would that be okay? They didn't realise that I think the university is celebrating 150 years or 75 years or some kind of big milestone anniversary.
Sure.
So they were like, yeah, sure. We actually are filming a documentary on this, like, and how friendship is formed and all of this. Would you like to take part? The first friend, Claire, immediately just said yes, not consulting the others.
Oh, Claire. Claire got very excited, didn't she?
Got very excited.
The documentary, what a gift for the documentary. They're like, oh, God, I've got to pull something together about the Polytechnic and the history of friendship and everything. Well, we've been friends for 50 years. Perfect.
Literally.
Get them here now.
So Sheila said, because Mum phoned me afterwards and she was like, I don't know if you've ever had to do this in television, but she said, you sign these forms and they've got all the rights to you. I was like, oh, yeah, you've got to be careful with those forms. You don't know where you're going to end up. She's like, don't.
Signing away, like in Willy Wonka, when they have to sign that thing at the beginning.
So Sheila said this email came round before they went and did it of all the things to do and not do before they went to look. So, and this, like, for Sarah and I, we know about, like, stuff like this. So, sorry if this is boring for you, Sarah, but
Not at all.
it's
Never.
things like on camera, you can't wear stripes, you can't wear black, you're not really supposed to wear white, you have to wear really like plain colours.
Yeah, no cannabis leaves, no.
No cannabis leaves, no obvious branding.
No string vest.
You basically have like a wardrobe that is like a filming wardrobe. Like when you're in and out of telly all the time. And now that we've said it, you'll notice. You'll notice on telly. Anyway, so Sheila obviously then went into full meltdown. This is a woman whose wardrobe is cream, black and beige.
This is very similar to when June went to... Do you remember when we went to that prison? Do you remember when we went to Brixton Prison for lunch?
Yeah.
June, I don't know if I've told this on the podcast, but
You have.
Yes, there was a uniform of things that you were not to wear and things that you could wear, and June was absolutely terrified of basically being strip searched in Brixton Prison for wearing something with a slightly short sleeve, with a puffball sleeve.
So Ken was saying that on the morning when they were all coming downstairs in their filming outfits, it felt like a nice big reveal. He said. Ken was like, everybody seemed to have got the memo except Janice. Janice wore the most technical dress I've ever seen with 1,000 triangles on it. It made me dizzy just looking at it.
Really going to work on screen, that. Almost like an optical illusion around Janice.
Janice was sent home for a lavender sweater to cover it up.
Janice, what were you thinking?
She said she was boiling in front of the camera. Anyway, Ken then said that they'd done a tour, they'd been filmed on the tour, and Ken obviously used to work in TV, so was enjoying every single moment. But Sheila, this is so sweet. So Sheila, before she had her interview, got really, really, really nervous and like didn't know that she was going to be interviewed, like didn't know that it was like behind the camera was like 12 people watching us.
It's a big production, isn't it?
Well, I think there's nothing else to do on that Friday afternoon and they've all bunked off down there.
Sure.
But Sheila felt very intimidated and Ken said he was behind the camera directing. Ken said I just thought in that situation they needed a real professional. So I took behind the clipboard and I asked the questions and I got to grips and Sheila was absolutely great.
Excuse me, I'll take that headset, please. Quiet on set, everyone. Quiet.
You'll get out of that chair. I'll be sitting in that director's chair.
Could somebody get me a coffee, actually? And action.
Now, because they sent round the pictures in our family WhatsApp group, my brother was very funny. My brother was like, he said, you're going to be the face of the next prospectus.
Yes.
Mum was like, no, we can't be, can we? Can we? And we were like, you might have signed the form.
They do have the rights.
So if anyone is looking at Northumbria University...
What a thing. What a thing to be roped into.
There was one moment where Sheila was walking into the hall where they used to like have lectures and she just touched one of the benches and the camera crew were like, oh Sheila, if you could just do that again and we could just take it from this angle and this angle and this angle. And Mum was like, I was just stroking this bench over and over.
Gently reminiscing about my time here. This bench has brought it all back.
I said it's like being on like Long Lost Family or something.
And that's it. Who's this for? This is a Netflix production.
I think it's
amazing.
Well, I think it's for their like marketing or something. But I'm excited to see.
You must get a copy. That we must see it. Oh my god!
I'm tempted to do a ring around of the production companies, find out who it is, get some. That's how. Were you the son of that director?
And then this guy just really took over. Like he took all the equipment off us.
This guy from Wakefield just suddenly thought he owned the shop. Anyway, how is June? How's the fiddling?
The fiddling, actually, it's funny you should say that because I rang yesterday and she was fiddling. Unavailable. And actually...
Straight to voicemail.
It didn't go straight to voicemail. but it did after a few rings, which suggests June fumbling quickly, not realising that it's her phone that's ringing just as they're trying to get to grips with a very tricky bit of bark, right? Suddenly, June's phone, so it's cancelled like this.
And also, when you've got a violin and a bow, quite difficult to find a phone in a bag.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you put everything? Yeah, one-handed, and the bow's just swinging around all over the shop.
She's digging around in a bag, trying to, I'm so sorry, everyone. Killing
and
the
it's
moment.
quite a bag that June carries. She's not a little bag kind of gal.
No, she never has been. Except at a wedding, where she seems to have an impossibly small bag. Always, every wedding we ever go to. This tiny, like a mere, she can just get a lipstick in. Just the tiniest lipstick.
She needs a Fendi baguette. That's what June needs for a wedding.
Of course she does. So, you know the pigeon story, which I have to say, I've had quite a few messages from people who, like me, when you first told that story, the image of Jules, there being a pigeon in the room and Jules cowering under an oil painting. And I said to you at the time, June will have a story.
Yes.
June will have a story of some sort of flora or fauna being stuck in the house. And sure enough, I want you to picture the scene. It's a few years ago. It's June's birthday in June. So it's warm, Dad's away. June's had a pile of girlfriends at her house all afternoon, right? Things are loose, okay? She's down the bottom of the drive.
Shaka Khan on repeat.
The New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc is flowing, right? She gets down, she's down the gravel, waving everybody off. It's 10 p.m. She makes her way back into the house, right? Now, the blinds in the house are all down. The windows are open, right, to keep the cool air moving round. And also, I imagine, to close some rooms off to guests, right? She returns back into the house. Every single blind in the house has got a bat hanging off it upside down.
No. Every single blind.
Every single blind. She said some more than one bat. These bats have come in and along the blinds, they're just hanging like you see them in a documentary, right, or a cartoon. They're hanging upside down, all wrapped up.
Talk
right?
about sobering.
June was like, I was very tipsy. It was all very, suddenly she was like, oh, what? Like this. So she had to get a tea towel. She had to go round to every bat, carefully collect it in the tea towel. Right.
So they loosened off?
Well, I think they must have done. Yeah, I don't think she had to yank them off too hard. But yeah, I think she managed. I don't think I could do it. They'd be too flappy inside that for me. But yet,
June's not risking any defamation of any linens
Oh,
whatsoever.
She can't just go to bed and hope for the best. See you in the morning.
No.
So she went round, she got a tea towel, she collected every single bat and set it free. She'd then take them into the garden, set them free, close the window. Right, she had to cover her tracks. Imagine that. Somebody started coming back in. She said it took her 2 hours, right? At midnight, she finally goes upstairs. They're upstairs as well.
No.
So she's finished downstairs. Downstairs is clear. She goes upstairs, and sure enough, all of the blinds upstairs. Also, there's bats everywhere. Takes the bat, takes it downstairs, releases it again. And then she said there was one bat. And you know that amazing video of the Irish guy.
Incredible.
It's the best thing on the internet. The guy who's like, catch him, Derek, catch him. Like this.
If you haven't seen this video of a bat that gets stuck in an Irish household, it just put in bat stuck in house and it will show up. And it is one of the funniest things ever. It's the mum at the door.
Oh my gosh, there's a woman behind the door. The dog starts weeing on the floor. It's just, It's
Chaos.
Catch him, Derek, catch him. And he's like trying to throw a towel over this bat. Mum said that was at one point, there was one bat that really gave her the run around in the bedroom. And then, yeah, I mean, I don't know in the end, I don't know what time she got to bed. But yeah, she went upstairs and had to start again. Isn't that insane?
It's like something you'd see on like one of those behind the scenes documentaries of a zoo.
Yes.
You know,
very.
June, the zookeeper of the Bat
Yes.
Emporium, has had a real like
Secrets of the zoo.
Yeah, moving the bats from one room to the next. Like June has to carefully go into the bat cave and take off the bats from their hanging. I would absolutely freak out if there was like
die.
bats hanging
Yeah.
off all the blinds.
I'd die. I don't know. And she was on her own. And she, like, all her friends had left and everything. Like, I mean, she was, yeah, I don't
You've
think
just
I
got
could
to
have
crack
done it.
on, haven't you?
You have. I mean, you have, but
I'd be
It's a
tempted
big
to go to
ass.
sleep and wait till the sun rises.
just shut the door on it all.
But then God knows what you'll come downstairs
Oh,
to.
my God, what would you wake up to?
And you wouldn't
they'd be-
sleep knowing that they were down there.
No! Oh, my God, they'd be straight in that fruit bowl. Will we do a bit of parish news?
Oh my gosh, let's. The seagulls have landed. Why gulls are encroaching on Britain's towns. They're a menace, says Jenny Riley, shooting a wary glance at the gulls whirling above her beach hut near the pier in Lowestoft, Suffolk, as she shelters from the hot afternoon sun with her friend Angela Forster. It's off to a strong start.
Absolutely. I know everything about her.
The two older women have each had a hut on this stretch of powdery white sand for decades and often eat sandwiches or fish and chips there. But as in many places on Britain's coast, it can be a perilous pastime. The birds are really vicious, says Riley. If you're eating anything, you more or less have to go in the hut or they'll take it from your hand. This is the worst summer I have known for seagulls, and I've lived in this town my whole life, Riley adds, and her friend agrees. The mess and
Silent friend.
yeah, nodding. The mess and the smell in our town is now dreadful. Is there anything they would like to see happen? Kill them, says Forster.
Oh!
Although I wouldn't like to see them go completely after all. They are the seaside. Their sense of decades-long decline in a town whose fishing industry has almost vanished since the 1960s is perhaps not a surprise. But when it comes to the gull numbers, the women are not wrong. Local experts estimate the town's herring gull numbers at 10,000 or 15% of its human population, though the birds' numbers are hard to calculate. Lowestoft's most visible gull problem, however, is its kittiwakes, another gull species whose population has grown from a single breeding pair in the 1950s to more than 1,000 nests today, splodged messily into windowsills, architraves and shop fronts throughout the town centre and leaving anyone passing underneath at risk of a foul-smelling guano splat.
Oh my God.
And this is not just a problem for Lowestoft. All over Britain and coastal areas in Europe and the US, communities are in a flap about seagulls. North Yorkshire Council is developing what it calls a gull management strategy. In response...
I'll want you all there for the meeting on Thursday with the... We need
Slide
a full
6.
strategy.
In response to increasing complaints of gull mugging attacks in towns from Scarborough to Whitby. In Lyme Regis, Dorset, authorities have introduced a public space protection order banning the feeding of birds to deter swooping herring gulls, having also tried flying drones and birds of prey to scare them away. The Highland Council recently conducted a census of the birds. A census is good because it, in my head, gives an image of a clipboard and marking things. To feed into its own management plans, its herring gull numbers in Inverness and elsewhere soar. It is illegal otherwise to harm or capture any wild bird or interfere with its nest. Nevertheless, in March, the former Scottish Tory leader Douglas Ross called...
Took matters into his own hands.
Called on the Scottish Parliament to give people licences to kill gulls, mentioning other Scottish councils that had spent hundreds of thousands of pounds on the problem to no effect. Put it to a newspaper poll, 2/3 agreed. Gosh.
I can believe it, though. They are a menace. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is how we'll all go. The seagulls will just take over. They'll just take our homes, our lives. AI isn't coming for your job. The seagulls
The goals are. That's it. That's it. Although I will say, on our recent trip to Norway, I became at one with the kittiwakes, actually.
Oh, sure.
I saw the kittiwakes and I was like, look how
fine.
lovely they are. They're okay. I made peace with the seagulls, and so should you.
There's no need to have your lunch beside a seagull. There's no need. And actually, Beth, a friend of you and I, she put on her Instagram stories that a seagull stole her ice cream. It stole her ice cream on the beach. She said people screamed. People were screaming. Onlookers. Children crying.
Duchess has had his ice cream nicked. He was like, Jules, it was like being in one of those memes. I had it stolen.
Oh, it would be upsetting, incidentally. Complete side note, but I know you'll be as outraged as I am. The Hackney Half, cast your mind back. My sister-in-law, a rancher, was there and went to buy a 99, which, as we know, it's an ice cream, a Mr. Whippy with a flake in it, originally called because it was 99 pence. How much at the Hackney Half was an ice cream man charging for a Mr. Whippy ice cream with a flake?
£3.40.
His prices were not on display. Did you say £3.40?
I said £3.40.
Jules, it was £7.50.
Shut up.
Was
it a double cone?
No, I don't think it
A
was.
single cone.
A single cone, no prices on display. £7.50.
That's ridiculous.
It's outrageous. I couldn't believe it when she told me. This is, and we like this is a follow-up story on Parish News, okay? Marwell update to finding Mrs. Capybara Samba in Hampshire. Do you remember this?
I remember.
The capybara Samba escaped from the zoo, which the thing that I remember most about that story was that it was a human error. And I think, we'll find out together, but I believe it's still missing. Samba escaped from Marwell in March, prompting a search that so far proved unsuccessful, despite numerous efforts and public sightings. Marwell Zoo has deployed more than 20 team members on a coordinated ground search and additional camera traps in the Brambridge area after recent sightings of Samba. The zoo said it was grateful for the support of the community. A spokesperson said, whilst our thermal drones and camera trap network continue to play a vital role in the search for Samba, putting large numbers of people on the ground is only effective when we have specific recent information about where she may be. With these latest reports providing a much narrower search engine, our teams have been looking for footprints, droppings and any direct sign of Samba's presence. Unfortunately, despite today's extensive efforts, our teams were still unable to locate Samba. However, the recent sightings have helped us significantly narrow down the search area, and we remain hopeful. Samba's welfare remains our absolute priority, and we are continuing to use every appropriate tool available to us to locate her and bring her safely back to Marwell. We're incredibly grateful for the continued support and sightings reported by our local community, which remain invaluable in the search for the efforts. The zoo has asked the public to report any potential sightings to a photo and the location via What 3 Words or Google Maps. So there you have it. She's still at large.
In my head,
still out there.
Samba has found the most perfect burrow. She's made herself the most incredible home. She's sat there with a cigar, telly on, just like, woo, out of that freedom. And then that day comes where they find her and she's going to have to hold her hands in. You can't take me back there. I've escaped. I'm out.
Like the helicopters circling with the searchlights. Come out with your hands in the air. Like this. No.
You can't take me.
Samba somewhere eating a pack of quavers, living her best life.
Thoughts
Oh
and
my
prayers for
gosh.
Samba as she's on this
Thoughts.
epic adventure.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Portslade crew, we adore you for listening. We just love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Do get in touch. Can't say it often enough. If you're just thinking about it and you're like, oh, I must do that, do it. Just do it. Just send us a message now. We love you for it. We always finish on Jules's affirmation of the week. What have you gone for?
What you want wants you. Relax about it and just let it come.
Oh, yes. Oh, great news. Great news.
So basically, kick back, Port Salut crew, and let the
don't worry
universe
about
do
it.
the work.
Just let it step in. We adore you for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.